Is rhetoric on social media a problem and a threat to our democracy, Mr. Ward?
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Siegel?
Yes.
Ms. Caraballo?
Yes.
Ms. Nomani?
Yes.
Ms. Tyler?
Yes.
Yes.
Another question I have, do you believe that rhetoric targeting officials with violence for carrying out their constitutional duties is a threat to democracy, Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Siegel?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Only a few weeks after the attempted attack on a Supreme Court justice on June 25th, one of the witnesses, Alejandra Caraballo, tweeted out the following in response to a decision on abortion overturning Roe v. Wade, and I'll quote directly from the tweet. "The 6 justices who overturned Roe should never know peace again. It is our civic duty to accost them every time they're in public. They are pariahs. Since women don't have their rights, these justices should never have a peaceful moment in public again." I know something about being accosted. The night of January 5th, I was physically accosted on the streets of D.C. in Navy Yard by a constituent of mine. Alejandra Caraballo also recently tweeted on November 19th, not even a month ago, that the Supreme Court, vested with the judicial power of the United States by our Constitution, stated they are not a legitimate court issuing decisions. And also the Supreme Court is an organ of the far right. So my last question today of Ms. Caraballo, do you stand by these comments, this kind of rhetoric on social media? And do you believe it's a threat to democracy?
Thank you, Representative, for the opportunity to clarify and provide context to my tweets.
I have a question. Is it yes or no? Do you believe your rhetoric is a threat to democracy when you're calling to accost a branch of government, the Supreme Court?
I don't believe that's a correct characterization of my statements.
Though. Did you not tweet that? That you thought that the Supreme Court justices should be accosted?
What I'm saying is that that is not an accurate characterization of my statements.
Tweet. No. Dummy. Hello. We can read your tweet. You literally, unironically said that these justices should never have a peaceful moment in public again, and that they should be publicly accosted every single time they leave their homes. And that's a civic duty, essentially a call to action to your activist supporter base. There's not an issue of misinterpretation here or not understanding. It's as clear as day. And we're not going to sit here and pretend as if this is surprising or an outlier situation or that it was all just a joke. I mean, this basically fits the norm. We're not going to forget the Maxine Waters incident.
Let's make sure we show up wherever we have to show up. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
We're certainly not going to forget just earlier this year, after the SCOTUS draft leak, all of the threats to violence and the legitimate attempted assault, or some would even say attempted homicide, of Brett Kavanaugh outside his home, which the White House failed to condemn.
So I know that there's an outrage right now, I guess, about protests that have been peaceful to date, and we certainly continue to encourage that outside of judges' homes, and that's the president's position.
This is par for the course. These people are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. There's no outdoing them. There is no beating them. There is no moving them off that top spot on the podium. There is nobody who can beat the left when it comes to utter, disgraceful hypocrisy. No one. The big lie, the big lie. They continue to go on and on and on. Meanwhile, they've been contesting elections and claiming foul play for decades. Oh, misinformation, misinformation. They're the biggest purveyors of misinformation, and we've proven that on countless occasions. Political extremism. You're the party of Antifa and politically motivated homicides, which we've seen play out on the streets of Portland and in other areas. Oh, mob mentality and political violence. You're the party of Antifa and Black Lives Matter, burning down neighborhoods and assaulting police officers, assaulting courthouses and assaulting the White House. On every single damn issue, Democrats live in a glass house. And this is what happens when they throw rocks. It's so easy to catch them on their hypocrisy, because all of their narratives and all of their rhetoric is nothing but pure projection. Since Elon Musk bought and took took over Twitter. I keep seeing the same Democrat talking point over and over again. Ad hominem attacks are on the rise on the platform. We're really going to be lectured about hateful ad hominem attacks from the leftist Blue Ain't on Twitter crew? Give me a break. Ad hominem attacks is essentially preferred Democrat rhetoric. That's the Democrat modus operandi, even to the extent of vile, misogynist, sexist attacks targeting any significant conservative woman, from Candace Owens to Melania Trump to Kayleigh McEnany. Throughout the time that Kayleigh McEnany served as the White House press secretary, lefties on Twitter did nothing but attack Kayleigh McEnany for the way that she looked, calling her a dumb MAGA bimbo, and that's on the lighter side, comparing her to a blow-up doll. I mean, the list goes on. But once again, we're going to be lectured by these Democrats about ad hominem attacks, sexism, bigotry, misogyny, and feminism. Give me a friggin' break. It's nothing but hypocrisy and double standards. Actually, here's a great example of another Democrat double standard. Just the other day, Elon Musk tweeted this on his timeline. My pronouns are prosecute/Fauci. And the left is outraged. How dare he? Here's Karine Jean-Pierre's response.
As you know, Elon Musk launched a series of attacks on Dr. Anthony Fauci over the weekend, calling for his prosecution.
So look, we've been very clear about this. These attacks, these personal attacks that we have been seeing are dangerous on Dr. Fauci and other public health professionals as well. They are disgusting and they are divorced from reality.
These personal attacks are dangerous, they are disgusting, and they are divorced from reality. So let me get this straight. Calling to prosecute somebody who lied under oath in Congress, and of course there's more than that, but we'll just stick to that specifically, that's a disgusting personal attack and it's dangerous. But spending 6 years straight with your main political messaging theme or campaign being prosecute Donald Trump for non-existent crimes that never happened, that's totally acceptable, that's brave, that's #resisting. I don't know, there's not really much else that needs to be said here that hasn't already been said or that I haven't said previously. You guys get the point, don't really need to go in circles. These Democrats are everything they accuse their enemies of being,